We're talking about ivermectin again. Which is, second only to the number of dumb things we're talking about, as we're also talking about Rand Paul. For funsies. So, let's go ahead and get to the fan art section first, and then we'll have to go post-iCleanse. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and pop into... Oh. My therapist told me the unblinking one didn't exist, but, according to this artwork by Simply Fantastic, they do exist. And there's nothing I can do about it. They said this is about as finished as it's going to get. They said they have no idea how they're supposed to work shading layers, and tutorials have failed them, so they did a lot of experiments with this one. P.S. All hail the unblinking one. Well, that's an alter ego I'm never going to be able to outlive. That thing will be around me even when I die. As always, thank you all for your fan art submissions, and let's go ahead and just take a look. Rand Paul, what are you up to today? Peddling horse dewormer. Got it. So, reads here from the Insider. Rand Paul says scientists won't study horse deworming drug ivermectin's use as a potential COVID cure because of their hatred for Trump. Now, I'm pretty sure that when it comes to the scientific method, one of the reasons to not put something in your hypothesis or not put something in your structure is not hatred for a particular failed politician. I don't think that that's what happens. But let's continue. Let's continue here. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul says researchers won't study the toxic livestock deworming drug ivermectin as a potential COVID treatment because of their dislike for former President Donald Trump. The Cincinnati Enquirer first reported on the remarks of Paul made at a town hall event for 60 people held at the Cold Spring City Council chambers on August 27th. Rand said, "The hatred for Trump deranged these people so much that they're unwilling to objectively study it," Paul said. The Cincinnati Enquirer reported, "So someone like me that's in the middle of it, I can't tell you because they won't study ivermectin. They will not study hydroxychloroquine, chloroclit, I've never seen one of those, without the taint of their hatred for Donald Trump." Okay, so, this one has been studied by the CDC, from what I understand. This one has also been studied by the CDC, from what I understand. And from what I know, at least with ivermectin, it's an anti-parasitic. It doesn't do shit against a virus. Because a virus is not a parasite. They're two different classifications of organism. Ivermectin works against parasites, not viruses. But, here we are, dealing with this shit. Continuing on. Paul told the Cincinnati Enquirer that he doesn't know whether ivermectin works, but that he keeps an open mind. This is like saying... Okay, this is basically the same thing as saying, oh my god, why aren't they studying blue crayons in COVID fighting? I don't know if blue crayons work to stop COVID, but I keep an open mind about blue crayons. And I hear that many of my friends in the Marines have advocated for their efficacy. Continuing on here, Trump has not pushed ivermectin, but has continually advocated for hydroxychloroquine to treat COVID. But neither drug has proved to be effective in preventing or curing COVID infections, and U.S. health authorities have warned against using them. Yes, because when it comes to COVID, they're as effective as blue crayons. I'm sure they're your favorite flavor, depending on who you happen to be. Scientists are studying ivermectin as a coronavirus treatment, and they previously investigated Fuck that word. hydroxychloroquine as well. In the U.S., the National Institutes of Health is conducting a large, late-stage trial to see whether ivermectin can help people with mild or moderate COVID cases feel better more quickly. The University of Oxford's principal trial is also studying ivermectin as a COVID treatment, almost as if this fucker doesn't know what he is talking about. They are studying it. You're just too up your own political ass to think any. I'm just. Why are we here? Why do we live in this timeline? Why are we in the darkest strain of human existence, where, for some reason, somehow, at this point in time, there are politicians who will constantly and without fail lie to you about everything, so long as it makes you jump up for joy? This reads to me as one of those things that's like, oh, well, I would really like to get elected repeatedly. I really, really would like more power and influence, so let me go ahead and just cater to the crazy Trump crowd. I don't get it. How is your integrity not matter to you? How does that, how do I, a person who hides behind a fucking cat girl VTuber on the internet in a cartoon studio covered in plushies and Nerf guns, more concerned about my integrity than you apparently are? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. The FDA also said in a statement that it received reports that people were being hospitalized after using ivermectin. It acknowledged that initial research was being carried out on the drug's efficacy, but that the formula used for animals differed greatly from what humans were supposed to take. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention also released a health advisory last week, cautioning that people could become severely ill from self-medicating with ivermectin because an overdose can cause seizures, a coma, or even death. Oh my god, I have to get myself some ivermectin. There are people who help with that one. Even the milder side effects of taking too much ivermectin are extremely unpleasant, the FDA said, including nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, low blood pressure, dizziness, and allergic reactions. Oh, so if I take a little ivermectin, I'll just be me 24/7. But if I take a lot of ivermectin, I can solve me. No, I'm kidding. That joke's not really funny. I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. Oi, oi, oi. Try to mute the mic so you guys didn't have to hear the sneeze. Anyway, continuing on, nonetheless, people continue to take ivermectin. The CDC's numbers showed that from early July until the week of August 13, pharmacies filled more than 88,000 prescriptions of ivermectin. Clinical studies have also shown that hydroxychloroquine, an anti-malarial drug, does not help or treat COVID-19. The FDA cautioned against using hydroxychloroquine after finding out the drug could cause serious heart problems, blood and lymph node disorders, kidney failures, and liver problems. Jesus Christ. Remember, if you happen to be on the Trump train still, somehow, in fucking 2021... and you want to be on it so much that you will guzzle horse paste, just maybe don't. Maybe don't. And to the genius of my comment section, because I know I have to address you now, because you're going to be there, who says, it's really dishonest of you to say it's a horse dewormer. The thing that people are buying is not the horse dewormer. Well, Tractor Supply Co. has told you that, no, actually people are buying horse-grade ivermectin in pretty large amount, like disturbingly large amounts. They've had to start checking in multiple cases whether or not people have horses. They ask the question, do you have a horse? And if they don't, more questions end up having to be asked after that point. So, also, can I also point out, maybe important for me to do so, just because you get a prescription for a medication does not mean that that medication is going to help you or is for something you even fucking have. People lie all the time. And also, on top of that, there are nurses and doctors who happen to be anti-vaxxers for some fucking reason. I don't know. Maybe they're really fucking stupid. And as a result, would be more likely to prescribe shit like this. So, hopefully that answers every dumbass in the comments who tries to give me one of those multiple takes that I've seen every time I've covered this exact fucking thing. I'm done. I'm done. I live in the worst timeline. This is the timeline where we got Trump, and this is the timeline where people are guzzling horse dewormer like it's Go-Gurt! And I just... No. No. And Rand Paul is crazy, and no. Moo moo, buckaroo. It's amazing to me how people will look for anything to cure COVID except the things that can actually fight COVID. That we have developed specifically for fighting COVID. No. I'd rather eat glue, apparently. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'm gonna go get some horse paste. Insert end of video tagline here. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. If you want access to behind-the-scenes content for the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon. I do weekly vlogs over there, where I give real-life updates to what's going on behind the scenes on the channel, stuff that you don't really get over here, and even on Twitch. Patreon also helps the channel's stability a whole lot. Without Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do this at all. Especially with the kind of content that I do, neither YouTube nor Twitch are the most stable sources of income. If you are a $20 and up patron, then you will be featured on the ending slides as shown in the beginning of the end credits. If you want to catch the streams where all this content comes from, then consider heading over to Twitch and following. And if you want to continue watching over here on YouTube, maybe consider clicking one of the end screen videos. And once again, I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me over on my channel. I wouldn't be able to do literally anything that I'm doing over here on YouTube without each and every one of you. So, thank you.